The Butterfly Effect was recommended to me a lot when I first started to get into thriller films about a decade ago. And when I did get around to watching it, I loved it. And I still do. Oddly, the reception's quite mixed. For example, on IMDb, there are just under 500,000 reviews. And that's a total of 7.6 out of 10, which is a really respectable rating and one that I really definitely agree with. The Metascore is 30, which is not good. It's in the red zone. It's quite a low rating for a Metascore. And I don't understand that at all. Because I personally thoroughly enjoy the film. It was released in 2004, directed by Bress and Mackye Gruber, and stars Ashton Kutcher and Amy Smart. I love Ashton Kutcher. I think I watched it. In fact, I definitely watched this after I became familiar with Kutcher through Two and a Half Men. So that was definitely a pull factor for me, but the narrative is what makes this a cut above the rest. So I'll read the description from IMDb. And this says, Evan Treborn, played of course by Kutcher, suffers blackouts during significant events of his life. As he grows up, he finds a way to remember these lost memories and a supernatural way to alter his life by reading his journal. I absolutely love this, and what happened in those in-between moments during the blackouts. And I think that it's pretty brilliant. The supernatural aspect does make it pretty exciting and gives the film a lot of scope to do a lot of things with this narrative. And I think it works really well. And, the concept of, an alternative world, or that time when we can do things that we can't ordinarily during these so-called blackouts. It's so fascinating. And I think it takes the subject matter that a lot of films have tried to do before. And some have done it right. Definitely some have got it right before. But this film takes those questions and pictures it in a really fun and thrilling and exciting way. I really cannot fault the narrative development. For me, it was something that I got behind immediately. It sounded amazing, and I had very high hopes for it, and it completely delivered. Obviously, the cast is great. It's very atmospheric. I think the atmosphere is basically exactly what I would have wanted from this. The colour scheme, the colour palettes are beautiful. Without question, I thoroughly enjoyed it. If you haven't seen it, and you like thrillers, do watch it. I could go into more detail about the plot, but I really don't want to. Because I feel like it's one of those films that kind of needs to be watched to be enjoyed. I could do no justice by explaining it to you, and I don't really want to give away too much because it's full of surprises and little twists, and it's a lot of fun. If you like thrillers, absolutely you need to watch this one. If you've seen the second and third ones, do let me know what you think of them. I will discuss them at some point. Ultimately, though, they're just not as good. But they are good. They're still fine. But for me, The Butterfly Effect, the first film, is the best in the series. Do let me know your thoughts, and if you haven't seen it, see if you can check it out.